Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and for spending a small part of your evening learning more about family service. For 70 years, family service has been an important part of the community, serving our neighbors when they are facing difficult or challenging times in their lives. We offer a wide range of social services so that we are here and poised to help during whatever the struggle may be. We have 12 departments, each of which house numerous programs and services so that we are able to help with things from mental health crises to substance use treatment, case management needs, food and housing and security, strengthening our families, and so much more. Last year, we served just over 50,000 people. There's only one way we could do that, and it's with a team of incredible, dedicated staff. Our staff come to work every day, and they demonstrate compassion and caring and a true commitment to the work. And they deliver it in the most respectful way possible. And our clients can feel this, the true caring that our staff bring to their work. And this makes all the difference in helping our clients move through a time of crisis and despair to a brighter tomorrow filled with hope and purpose. We asked some of the team to share what it means to them to work at Family Service. Take a listen.
The favorite part of my job is when somebody is totally comfortable doing everything that they can on their own, and then watching the look on their face when they look back to when they first started and said, I never thought I'd be here.
I always say it's never boring when people ask me about my job because every day is something different. You never know exactly what you're walking into. You're always helping somebody in a different way, and being able to, especially with family service, have all these resources to help individuals that are in need is honestly a blessing.
I think my favorite part of my job would be seeing people go into housing. They come in such a hopeless state, despair, and they have this fake smile on their face. But just knowing how hard it is to be in a shelter setting, not having your own, not being independent, and then seeing them leave after some time to go into housing, it's rewarding for us. That's the part that keeps me here.
Making connections with families, supporting, advocating, just empowering mothers, empowering fathers.
I think the collaboration with other community agencies is the best part of my job because it enables us to give our clients access to everything they need to be successful in their reentry to the community.
We are giving people hope. We are helping them find themselves again. We are helping them overcome obstacles that they think is not possible, and leaving with hope. And then to tell you that they can give back, I think it just makes all the difference in the world.
Person-centered care and person-focused care is really important so that people can come back to wellness, can have a sense of dignity, can have a sense of I'm important, my health is important. That's very important to me, to give people that self-worth that I think sometimes people lose when they're out experiencing homelessness for years at a time or chronically homeless.
We all care about our clients. We want to see our clients be successful and to strive and just be great in their day-to-day with whatever they want to do. If it's something as getting a job or something as simple as getting a part of their house clean, like something that can help them feel like, oh, I achieved that goal and be successful.
We work with families, young children, and that they are our brighter tomorrow.
I think my team is super enthusiastic, and the love of their work really shines through in what they do. And I think that enthusiasm is contagious. So our clients actually get excited about what they're doing and what they're about to engage in. And that helps in creating successful outcomes for the individuals that we serve.
I think every day. I think every day is a brighter tomorrow. Every day that we're here is a gift, whether someone's experiencing homelessness or not. So getting them to understand that every day is a gift and tomorrow can be brighter, and that there's hope for a future and that there's hope for recovery. If I can be a person that they can turn to for assistance and making sure that they get to a brighter future, our program, I would say, does that.
I think every day we step into our job, we're helping to create a brighter tomorrow. And we do it one step at a time. We do it with each person that's involved.
Good evening, all. A compelling reason why I am proud to serve on the board of directors is, as Julie described, the clear ability of the staff at Family Service to team together to provide a breadth of services to our clients. Together, they offer programming catered to meet the client's specific needs and help them achieve a brighter tomorrow. I am honored to introduce you to John, one of our clients, and now a volunteer, who has offered to share his story. John inspires us to recognize the value of persistence and hard work in overcoming personal adversity, and the importance of having a team of professionals by his side throughout the journey.
My name is John. I'm 58 years old. I'm in recovery from a serious mental illness and cocaine addiction. I currently have 11 years clean from cocaine addiction. I've been a family service client for over 10 years, and I've had many fine doctors, nurses, therapists, case manager, peer specialists. I've gotten something out of each one of them, and along the way there were a few exceptional ones. Well, 11 years ago I was at a very low point, didn't want to live anymore. I had relapsed, walked off my job. I kind of wanted to end it all. Fortunately, friends got to me and they got me into a hospital. Went through a transition program, and then we were looking for where was I going to go for my outpatient and ongoing treatment, and it was suggested Family Services. So it was over 10 years ago I walked through those doors, broken, rattled, not sure if I could do this again. I was already in my 40s. I've already tried to recover many times. Always failed. I thought I was a failure. But this time it was a little different. The people I met cared. They were very compassionate, empathetic, and for the first time I just kind of totally surrendered and followed their recommendations. And I felt very comfortable. And I took advantage of every service that you had. You know, besides seeing the doctor and the therapist, but there were groups, whatever was offered, I took. I was diagnosed with a serious mental illness at the age of 24. I was also a professional student working on a doctorate degree. And with that diagnosis, that put that to a halt. At the same time, I developed an addiction to cocaine. And for many years, I was in and out of hospitals, drug rehabs, and then and when I was stable, trying to get back to school, back to a job. That was what I repeated for many years. And along the way, I made some gains just to lose them. And I refused to accept that I had any illness. Okay, I thought I could outthink this. The cocaine addiction became quite obvious in time. And I thought that was my only problem. If I could just stop cocaine, I would be good. And that was not the case. Pretty much everything that was dear to me, I've lost. They helped me navigate through different services that were available to me that allowed me to focus on my recovery. Housing, getting food, just some of the basic needs for living. I saw my first psychiatrist after a crisis when I was 24. Was told I had a serious mental illness and have to stay on this medication for the rest of your life, which I never did because said I didn't believe I was sick. I said, maybe it was the drugs I was using, and I had such a bright future in front of me. I was working to become a healthcare professional. I was working on a doctorate degree, and I didn't want that to, anything to get in the way of that. So I've had many doctors along the way try to tell me this is what you need, okay, for recovery in your mental illness. When I came here, my first doctor was Dr. Middleman. And she was the first one that, I can't explain exactly, but she worked with me. She allowed me to be part of the decision making. She was there weekly in the very beginning, and then we went to 2 weeks, and then we stayed at about 4 weeks for the first 2 years. But she stuck with me. If I needed 30 or 40 minutes, she gave it to me. And she did a lot of talk therapy too. It wasn't just about going over the meds and just writing a script, here you go, in and out in 5 minutes. It wasn't anything like that. So she was the first doctor that I felt very comfortable and I trusted. It's a process. It wasn't like this immediate happening. It just happened over many, many years. And each year that went by, I thought, okay, I'm gonna relapse. Something's gonna go wrong, because it always has. That's what I thought. And I was just waiting, and then the years started to tick by. And I realized, well, I haven't thought about using. I'm getting some friends. I enjoyed coming here. I trusted the doctors and the therapists and the case managers. I did have a couple low points, especially when the pandemic came. At that time, I had a wonderful case manager who helped me navigate through that period of time.
During the pandemic, I feel like John was really anxious. He was really scared of getting COVID, passing COVID along to his family, going to grocery stores. He was worried about that. And then slowly, as the pandemic moved on, I would say 2021, we finally helped convince him to go to the Giant, and then he ended up started going to the gym because he wanted to be more physically healthy, and he started going to the gym. He started volunteering here at Family Service. He ended up getting more supports outside of Family Service, and everything started to open back up again, and I feel like he started doing a lot better.
The willingness to say yes to treatment and to allow the process work. I would always give up too soon. I would have said, oh, of course it was the cocaine addiction, but once I started following the direction of others, that seemed to just melt away. If it wasn't for the 10 years that I spent here at Family Service, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I didn't see myself being able to recover 10 years ago. When I walked through those doors, I just thought this is just going to be another failure, and I'm going to want to end it again.
Being more confident in himself. He now is able to do most of the paperwork himself. He's comfortable going out to appointments himself. He seeks help when needed. I think he speaks up for himself really well now. and he can ask for help, which I know is a really big obstacle for a lot of people to overcome.
Oh, socialization, that was the big one, because I tend to be by myself. But then later on, I did get out and I started going to church. That was a big step. And then it was suggested that maybe I try volunteering. And then I became a volunteer here at Family Services Food Pantry. And that was in the last couple years. And then things were going very well, and it just seemed like the next step was to go back to work. And then I became a certified peer specialist, and I work in that field today.
He became a certified peer specialist. He completed the trainings. He drove all the way to Doylestown. I know he was super nervous about that because he recently got a car and started driving again after not driving for a really long time. So I think he's doing great. He's able to advocate for himself. Now he's advocating for other people. He's doing exactly what all the other peers and case managers are doing here, and now he's doing it.
Once I share something about myself, they realize like, oh wow, like I'm not a therapist, I'm not your case manager, I'm just like you. And I share a little something about me, and then they start sharing back. And before you know it, we have a nice repertoire, we develop a bond. And you know, I like helping others. I've been on the receiving end for so long. It's nice to give back.
You just heard John speak so eloquently, telling us that what made him so successful in his recovery was that so many people involved with so many programs cared. Well, now it's your turn. Join us in helping tens of thousands of people, just like John. In the next few minutes, you'll receive an email either from Family Service or from your team leader, or both. This email will give you a link to click, allowing you to donate. You can also always go to our website at fsabc.org. Please take a minute or two right now to join us in making brighter tomorrows. Thank you.